I'm Malak, and I'm your TA for this semester. So I took the course, I got an A in all of the assignments, and so I can help you out if you need it. My email is alhamm05 at oneonta.edu, and if you need any help, you could just email me. If you want a video chat, we can figure out what time works with both of us because I don't really have any official office hours as of right now. Okay, so this video is just to kind of let you know my approach to the alternative book report. Um, and the way that I kind of approached the assignment was thinking about, first of all, the purpose, right? So, do you want your book report to be about, a theme? Maybe you want it to be about characterization or character development. Maybe you want it to be about symbolism. Figure out that purpose, and then it might be easier to think of an idea that will sufficiently serve that purpose. Okay, um, and so my idea was that my book was A List of Cages by Robin Rowe, and in this book there was crazy character development for the main characters and the side characters. So I thought a good alternative book report assignment that would fulfill that purpose would be for the students to create social media accounts for the characters. Because through social media accounts, through the posts, they can definitely show the way that characters change and grow. They can also cite if they wanted to. I didn't have them do it. I didn't put that in this report, but if I wanted to develop it more, I could definitely have the students do citations. And so for my report, I started with Charlie. I just thought of him as Eminem. I don't know why, but I just wanted to kind of demonstrate to the students that you can put a celebrity that you imagine the character as. You can even draw the character if you're, artistically talented like that. You can definitely draw a portrait of how you think they look like. You could take a picture of someone you know. Just like any kind of, maybe it could just be like an outside picture, like maybe just whatever you think the character would like. I think it gives them more free reign to do stuff like that. So I did Charlie on Tinder, and this was his Tinder profile from the start of the book, and then I made one for the end of the book. At the start of the book, I made sure to make Charlie the kind of person that says, I'm not going to buy you flowers or write you love notes, because we all know those guys, and that's Charlie. So I also wanted to do an observation and analysis with this report. So that's what I would have my students do is, cite an observation from the book, or I guess textual evidence. And whereas in a regular book report, you might do textual evidence and then analysis, you can do that here too. So here he goes, people wonder why I hate children. It's because there's too many of them taking over my life. That is a kind of almost direct quote from the book. And then this is kind of my analysis of it. Helpless people who get special attention are irritating. I've always had to take care of myself, so everyone should be able to do the same. I think that pretty much sums up Charlie. So that's what I would want my student to do. Kind of a subtle textual analysis and then their own kind of analysis of the character. And then he talks about how much he hates Julian, who is the main character of the novel. Julian is in an abusive home. He meets a group of kids, Charlie, Adam, everyone else. Mainly Adam, but just a group of friends that quite literally save his life because friendship can do that. So he hates Julian at first, he really does, and by the end of the book, he's smiling and he likes Julian. But I made sure to say that with his next post, he goes, I'm looking for someone who values friendship, because I think by the end of the novel, Charlie does see the value in friendship. And he also sees the idea of not judging a book by its cover, so to speak. And he talks about now. And so some more textual analysis I did was, I want you to be happy. That's something Julian says to him. The way I inferenced Charlie, like the way he felt about that, was that he felt guilty. And that made him want to be nice to Julian after that. So there you go, that's Charlie. He lives 8 miles away, right? How, like, creative. Now, for Adam Blake, he is the main character. I made a Twitter account. He has a lot of friends, so I wanted his bio to kind of show that a little bit. 5,000 following. And he's a vegetarian, and he's also super random. So that's kind of how I wanted to demonstrate him. And I even made an actual Twitter account for him. Beginning, Adam is very non-confrontational. He's also very, like, his emotions aren't, you don't get the idea that they're fully developed, in the sense that he's always happy all the time, and he thinks anger is such a waste of time. That's a direct quote. He lets things go easily. He kind of lets people push him around a little bit. And then he sees Julian again. And he wants to help Julian out. And he's like, Julian should just live his life, you know. So then in the middle of this profile, you see that he starts to face some emotional turmoil because he figures out what Julian is going through. This is when he starts to mature a little bit emotionally, and I wanted to get that across. His tweets are not just singular lines anymore about how clumsy he is. He's really kind of analyzing himself and his friendships and the way that he is with people. And by the end of his profile, he specifically says, emotions I've never felt the full intensity of my whole life: sorrow, fury, desperation. Okay, so the textual analysis: I never thought I'd be the type of person who yells at nurses or fights with a cop. That is something directly from the text. But the idea of him never fully experiencing these emotions are my observations, my analysis of the character, because he hasn't. And that's the way I wanted to portray Adam through this profile, and that's the way I wanted to show his character development. Now, like I said, the students have a lot of free range to do what they want to do, but this is what I did, and I hope you found anything that I said helpful, and if you need any help at all, just email me.